Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. How you guys doing? It's Friday. The chat is up and running. What's going on, people? Afternoon Chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The guest stars of the show are the people in the chat room. They determine what we talk about. They are in control of the show. I'm just a host, a placeholder, if you will. When no one wants to chat, we're stuck with wherever my mind happens to wander on any given day. So, big plans for the weekend? I'm in Michigan, and our weather just turned on a dime once again. It's 53 degrees outside. No snow on the ground in February. I know. It's a miracle. I'll be going for a walk right after the show today. Got to take advantage of this weather while I can. Tuesday, we're supposed to have freezing rain, so I'm going to get out and get some exercise, get some sunlight. It's a beautiful breeze out there. It'll be nice for me because I spent my morning doing gross chores. Gross meaning I cleaned out the bathtub drain. Yeah. When you have long hair, you clog drains. Plain and simple. And what goes in that drain has got to come out. Eventually. I think it's the second time I've had to do it in 2 years or 3 years. So not too bad. But it's still a gross job. I hate doing dishes, and I'd rather do dishes than clean drains. That's for sure. So what's going on, people? What's on your mind today? Oh, I got to do a poll. I'm asleep at the wheel once again. Start a poll. All right, let's see. What do we want to put in there? How about do you think the Do you think the Epstein saga will ever end? I think that's a marvelous way to wrap out our week. If you want to be able to chat, you need to get that Discord app from YouTube. It's free, just like the show's free. There's no midstream ads, no sponsors, no commercials, no paywalls, no upsell, none of that negative crapola. Okay. I just don't believe in it. This show will always be free. I started this show so that I could meet people and talk to them and find out what's on their mind. What are your priorities? What do you want to discuss? This show has no script. It has no agenda. The people in the chat determine everything. According to my analytics, most of the people watch this show on TV to chat. I'm told that the latest TVs have the chat ability built in, but I haven't seen it, and I'm not telling anyone to run out and buy a new TV. So, speaking of TVs, mine froze. Thank you, Spectrum. You're doing a fine job. Yeah, unbelievable. Crumbleina gave me the number to call. I did not make the call yet. I'll get around to it eventually. I'm a little slow. Hey, I'm not getting paid for this. And details just ain't my gig. Yeah, it is beautiful outside. I would much rather be outdoors today. Well, I'm trying to, be here and be consistent, be reliable, dependable, all that good stuff. The show is progressing. We're moving forward. I'm getting good little stickers from YouTube. They're telling me I'm doing a good job. What else can I hope for? So, who's got plans for the weekend? I have an exciting day of laundry planned for tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be very, very exciting. I'm an old guy. There's nothing exciting in old people's lives, okay? We had our time years ago. It's your time now. You're the young people. You're the movers and the shakers. That's why I'd like to hear your opinion. What's on your mind? What's on your agenda? I'm turning 69 in a few days. A few meaning under 10 or 11 days, something like that. I don't know. Who knows what the date is today? It's a mystery. Unless I have my phone in my hand, I really am not sure of the date. And I rarely have my phone in my hand. My phone's grounded. It's been banished to the dining room table. It must stay there at all times. It was bad, so I had to ground it. I just don't carry it around. When you carry it around, you have a tendency to talk to it versus talking to people. I prefer to talk to people. People have actual opinions, viewpoints, perspectives. I find those educational. Personal preference. Yeah, I'm planning on doing laundry on Saturday. It's supposed to be nice. I still have household chores that I got to do and whatnot, typical Saturday stuff. Although I was thinking today that I might put the snow shovel away. I think that would guarantee that we would get more snow. That's just the way it works. But I am thinking about putting the snow shovel up. I have it leaning right outside the front door. Well, if I find that you use it more if it's handy, you know? So what are you guys up to today? Anybody going out for Friday night? I'm staying home eating leftovers. Yeah, the tacos I was supposed to make last night turned into meatloaf. So I'm having fried meatloaf and baked and American fries tonight. Leftovers. But leftover meatloaf I like. So it's no big deal. Well, nowadays, the cost of food, you better be downright thrifty in the kitchen or you're going to go broke in a hurry. It's amazing how fast you can fill a shopping cart. At least it amazes me. I'm hoping a couple of our regulars stop by today. I'm curious to talk to them, find out what's going on. Ultra Kenny. She's missing in action right now. We don't know what's going on. Haven't talked to her since just before Valentine's Day. Not too much else happening around here. With the nicer weather, there's more people out and about. And I know that when I get off the show today, I'll go for a walk and I'll probably meet a half a dozen people in the park that I haven't seen most of the winter. I just don't get out and move around as much when it's cold and I'm wearing 10 pounds of clothes, you know. But at 53 degrees, all I really need is a light jacket. And I'll be out there in action. Not too much else happening around here. Hopefully, we'll get some word on Nancy Guthrie. Still very concerned about her. 27 days or something like this she's been missing. It does not look good. The family's going to have to start searching for some type of closure. "84-year-old woman kidnapped out of her bed. No meds. It doesn't look good." A month later. There's a $1.1 million reward if you can find her. If I lived in the Tucson area, I'd be out searching daily. Find her. Make a little bit of money. It'd be nice if someone could save her life. That would be a plus, but at this point, I can't say that her life would ever be the same again after what she's had to endure. I think it hits harder on me because I got a parent that's still alive at 87. And if someone were to abduct him, I don't know what the hell I'd do. He's still a major part of my life. I meet him for breakfast at least once a week, minimum. And many weeks, it's 3 times a week. We didn't have time when we were younger. We were both on the job. I lived 1,500 miles away. I was in Vegas. For those of you that don't know, I was a table games dealer in Las Vegas for 30 plus years. My parents got to come out on vacation a lot, but part of working in the casinos is you work every holiday. But, the time that I have with my father now is precious. We do a Tuesday morning breakfast. And I love it. I'm addicted to it now. Getting together with family members and catching up, finding out what's going on with their kids and grandkids, and warms my heart. Well, when I was young and on the job, I never had time for that kind of crap. But now, most of these people are retired. I've been watching Tragedy Tales. Friend of the show. Been watching a lot of Tragedy Tales. I'm probably, I don't know, I've probably seen about an eighth of all of his videos by now. He does a good job editing. I need to learn to edit. I've been putting it off, but it's something I should really get into. Well, now that I have my own channel, I should be posting other videos. It would help the channel gain in popularity, I believe. I'm working on some, but it's a slow process for me. I don't have a production manager or a producer of any kind. As you can see, no makeup artist. Sorry. I hope you're not watching me in high def. Some of my wrinkles are pretty deep. I'm just saying. Yeah, I was watching Epstein Files bullshit this morning. I'm just so sick of it. They don't want this stuff to end, it seems. I personally think they need a special prosecutor, reinvestigate everything, and go after all of these scumbums. Personal opinion. I mean, feel free to disagree. I was thinking about making an AI film about Epstein Island. Well, I'd have to change the name. I'd call it, I don't know, Fetish Island. For those of you that don't know, this was 3 decades long. Started in the late 80s, early 90s. Molesting children and grooming them and pimping them out. Epstein was a pimp, and he was backed by at least 3 or 4 different governments. I don't know who the newest pimp is. I don't know who took Epstein's place, but somebody had to. But the U.S. government knew this was going on, and they allowed it to continue. Their culpability is, well, it's as big as their cover-up. Okay. They knew this stuff was going down, and they allowed it to continue. Every time people filed complaints, these poor women, the victims, I shouldn't even call them women. I should call them girls. But yeah, every time they filed a complaint, our U.S. government said, well, let's set it over here, and nobody pay any attention to that. They didn't investigate. They didn't prosecute. But the more they cover it up, the more it looks like they murdered him in prison. I'm just saying. I don't have any proof. All I can tell you is what, I see from my end of my couch. And as far as I'm concerned, the U.S. government was a co-conspirator. When was the last time you did a crime and the U.S. government refused to prosecute? Never? Me too. Because it's all billionaires and espionage and the elite of the country. They let it all go on 3 decades, going all the way back to President Bush, George W. They allowed this to go on. They didn't care how many lives were destroyed. They were getting espionage, wheeling and dealing, blackmail, all kinds of dastardly stuff. And they think it's okay. That's why they're covering it up now. They still think it's okay. It's not. These people are without morals, without ethics. They are the scum of the earth, in my opinion. I don't see this Epstein stuff ever ending. As long as they don't release all of the files, it can never end. It's just going to trickle year after year after year. But you've got to look back on our history for the last 30 years. And you got to understand all the people that participated in this and all the people that did not prosecute, did not investigate. They're all co-conspirators as far as I'm concerned. Epstein had a house in New Mexico that was never searched. And they have credible evidence, people signed statements saying that there were dead bodies out there. And they never searched. He had 6 storage units. They never searched those. They covered it up for 30 plus years. President Bush, Obama for 2 terms. 2 terms. Trump for his first term. Biden. Merrick Garland had this sitting in his lap for 4 years and chose to do nothing. Both Democrat and Republicans decided to do nothing. We don't need to charge them. We don't need to investigate. We don't need to save these women. We need the espionage. We need the dirt on these other politicians so that we can blackmail them. When the U.S. government does underhanded, shady shit, all of us get hurt. All of the American people suffer the consequences. If they were to release the financial records, I think you'd find out that the CIA was probably paying to get this information, financially supporting the pedophile and the pimp. It's just disgusting. And they're still covering up for it. They say, oh, it's national security. No. This is international crime. International crime and espionage by the elites, these rich people. Just disgusting. I can't wait until the movie comes out and shows you what pigs all these people really were. This is beyond gluttony. This is beyond simple sinning. Child molesting, grooming, pimping out. That's the way it appears. I can't read the Epstein files anymore. They're too gross. They're too disgusting. They raped a little girl, 13 years old, with Down syndrome. These people are sick. Yeah, it's all just too negative. Everything in the news is negative now. They're not giving you any good news. None. I can give you some good news. Tom Grossi just raised $1 million for charity in less than a week. Good news. There are good Samaritans out there. There are neighbors helping one another. There are people helping one another all over the country. It just doesn't make the news because they cannot control and manipulate you with good news. They want to use fear. That is clickbait. When they can scare you, they get you to tune in. You hear the tease lines. They still do them. Mother in a coma. Children missing. Story at 11. We all tune in. We got to find out. They've scared us. Go to college. Get a 4-year degree. They'll teach you how to scare people, how to control and manipulate the masses. They've got it down to a science. There's no guesswork. It's a science, like a mathematical equation. If we do this, this, and this, all these people will tune in. By design. That's the way they do it. They're going to keep showing you crime, keep on trying to scare you. They use your fears against you. That's why I believe in self-censorship. Sometimes you just got to shut this shit off. I don't think other people should censor what you see. But I believe that you have a right to censor the intake of all this negative information. Self-censorship is okay. You got to stay sane. And you can't listen to all this negative crap and stay sane. It's radicalizing people. You see it on the news every day, and eventually it becomes a part of you. It's lodged into your self-conscious or subconscious, either one. Using fears to control and manipulate people is as old as time. That's what they do. Use your fears against you. They want to divvy you up into smaller subgroups and play one subgroup against the other. It makes you easier to control. We see it here in the United States with the Democrats and the Republicans on a daily basis. They divvy you up into separate categories. Group A, the Democrats, Group B, the Republicans. And they tell both groups the exact same thing. That other group's out to get you. They're your enemy. You should strike first. Don't wait. Strike. Lash out. That's what they tell both sides. They are creating conflict. They are creating confrontation. Because they can make money off of it. It all boils down to greed. They're self-serving. These politicians are not trying to save the American people. They're not trying to help the American people. They're trying to get bribes. In Trump's second term, he has doubled his personal wealth in his first year in office. He doubled up. He's creating slush funds and putting them in overseas accounts. There's 500 million minimum in a bank in Qatar with Donald Trump's name on it. Stolen oil from Venezuela, sold it to Israel, put it in a bank in Qatar. It don't have the government's name on it. Your name ain't on it. My name ain't on it. Donald Trump's name is on that account. A $500 million slush fund. For war news, I watch a channel called The Enforcer here on YouTube. A couple of young men, Andrew and Matt, they do a good job. They tell you what's going on, and then they show you video proof of what's going on. Not doctored videos, not edited videos, raw videos, war videos. I believe what I see on their channel. And I can't say that for many other channels. Although I believe this channel fits into that category. I'm not sitting around lying to you. I offer you my opinions, my observations. But I'm not in the loop. I'm just one guy sitting on his couch. Okay. Average Joe. It's been a slow week in chat. It has. I don't know why. I guess probably people are outside doing other things. Seriously. When I was young, I was getting into chat rooms. I enjoyed it. I like talking to other people, finding out what's on their mind, what they're into, what their priorities are. 30 plus years in Vegas, I was meeting a minimum of 100 people a week from all over the globe, and I enjoyed finding out what's going on. Yeah, I smoke cigarettes. I don't recommend you do it. I smoke pot too. I don't recommend you do that either. That's your proof that I'm not AI. AI don't smoke. I know, making excuses. I have had my health checkups. I'm fine. I'm avoiding the doctor right now, but not for any particular reason other than the fact that I'm not sick. So what do you guys got planned for the weekend? Anybody going anywhere fun? Don't go to the Middle East. That's not fun. Okay. It's I don't know. It looks like war is going to break out between the U.S. and somebody. I'm guessing Iran. Well, they have surrounded them with 4 aircraft carriers. They have about 50% of U.S. aircraft out there. They got 2 carriers in the Mediterranean and they got 2 carriers in the Indian Ocean. So Iran is basically surrounded. I think it's just a matter of time before they go in there and blast them. There's no reason to blast them. This is not a successful country. It's run by a bunch of religious zealots. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Is that what the kids said back in the day? These people are nuts. Religious extremists. Religion and government don't mix. Look at world history. Religion and government don't mix. Look at what's going on right now. The Israelis are committing a genocide, stealing land. Religion gone running amok. When religion gets involved in government, it does not end well. All these religions all have a version of the 10 Commandments that say, thou shalt not kill. And what do? They kill. Okay. I don't care what religion you're talking about. They all got something that tells them not to kill. and they all kill. It's ridiculous. We need all those bloodlines that they're ending. We need them all. One planet, planet Earth, all we got. What happens when something breaks on the planet? Something goes wrong. It's not as good as it should be. Who's going to fix it? You think the bears or the coyotes or the rabbits or the frogs or the fishes are going to fix anything? Nope. The only one that can fix anything on planet Earth are the human beings, the human race. We need every bloodline. We need to take every child from every bloodline and educate them, teach our children until our children turn around and teach us. The human beings are the only ones that can solve the problems on planet Earth. The ocean, the plants, they're not going to fix it. The human beings must fix all the problems on planet Earth. And every time we kill off a bloodline, instead of protecting that bloodline and educating the children of that bloodline, our problems remain unsolved. We're trying really hard as a global community to cure cancer. How many times have we killed the bloodline that could have been educated enough to come up with the cure for cancers? We need every grandchild to be educated in order to keep on bettering ourselves. Every time we kill a bloodline, the human race is shooting our own progress right in the foot. It's not helping us. We need all those bloodlines, all of those brains need to be educated so that they can solve our problems. The machines aren't solving our problems. AI is not going to cure cancer. It does not have imagination. Imagination is how human beings solve all their problems. Some human being thinks of a cure. Then they go out and test. And they say, oh, this one works. Look what we got. Oh, penicillin, antibiotics. Human beings did that. We need every bloodline. Every life should be cherished on this planet. Not just the ones you like, not just the ones I like. All of them should be treasured and educated. We do a lot of drug testing on mice, but mice aren't going to come up with a cure for whatever disease we need cured. They can help, but they're not going to come up on the cure without the human being, without that human's brain that can imagine the cure. I don't care what the disease. The more educated people we get working on it, the sooner we find a cure. And every time we kill off a bloodline, instead of educating that bloodline, the human race is failing. I've probably said it 100 times on this show, but if you have a task, if you have a goal, the smartest thing you can do to achieve that task, to achieve that goal, is get more human beings on your team. You don't have to agree with those human beings. You don't even have to like those human beings. You do need to tolerate those human beings. One man goes to build a house. It could take him 2 years. If he gets 200 people to help him build his house, guess what? His workload is decreased. He doesn't have to work as hard himself. And he achieves all of his goals at a faster rate. One person can build one house in 2 years. Then 200 people can build how many houses in 2 years? The more human beings you get on your team, the lighter your workload and the quicker you succeed. Human beings can't go it alone. You may think they can, but they can't. When human beings try to go it alone, if you move out into the wilderness where you don't have electricity, you don't have running water, your workload gets really, really hard. The harder your workload, the lower your life expectancy. In the Old West, life expectancy of a human being was what, 50 years? Nowadays, a life expectancy of a human being is in excess of 70 years. Because when human beings collaborate and work together, they are extremely successful. They build great things in a shorter amount of time. Open your front door if you want proof. Everything you see outside your front door that's built by man is built by a collaboration of men, not one man. How many houses in your town, whatever your town, were built by one man only? They were built by a group of human beings. That group of human beings put their tolerances in drive. They're moving forward. I'm going to tolerate you so that we can work together and accomplish great things. If I can't tolerate you, or you can't tolerate me, we cannot team up and work together. You don't have to agree. You don't even have to like each other. All you need to do is tolerate one another. That doesn't mean pulling out a gun and shooting somebody in the face. That's not tolerance. Tolerance is a smile and saying, "Good morning. Let's stand shoulder to shoulder and work together all day long." Then at the end of the day, you go home to your family, I'll go home to mine. And guess what? We'll get up and do it again tomorrow. That's tolerance. You cannot pick and choose for other people. You see it all the time. People are trying to micromanage other people's lives. The Karen in the grocery store parking lot trying to tell the other person how to park their car. How stupid is that? Every time you try to nitpick your neighbor, every time you try to micromanage his life, the first thing you're teaching him is it's okay for him to micromanage your life. It's okay for him to nitpick your life choices, your decisions. Well, you don't want that, do you? None of us do. Tolerate your neighbor. That guy parks like an idiot. Go about your business. Leave that guy alone. It's not your place to sit and judge. It's not your place to try to force him to park within the yellow lines. It's not your job. Leave him alone. He's the one that's going to get his car towed, not you. Some people have to learn lessons the hard way. Allow them to learn them. I don't care what choices you make with your life. I'm focusing on what I do with my life, the choices I make. We all cut our own path. I want to do this for a living. You want to do that for a living. Okay. Why is that good? Because it gives us options. Options are quality of life. If you live in Hicksville, Ohio, and you got 2 restaurants in your whole town, you have limited choices. You can go to restaurant A or restaurant B. If you live in New York City, how many options for dinner do you have? Oh, about 1 million? Quality of life. Those options come from other people, not from you. If you're living 50 miles from your nearest neighbor in the middle of nowhere, you got options what you can eat. You can eat what you hunt. You can eat what you fish. You can eat what you grow. And then you're out of options. Those other people give you quality of life. If I get up and I walk over and I flip the light switch, my light comes on. I don't work at the power company. I don't know any of those guys that do work at the power company. But I do know that I can depend on them. The second my power goes out, I can call and the repair crew's on the way. I'm depending on people I don't even know to give me my quality of life. Because when I turn on that switch and the light don't come on, my quality of life is diminished. You want to live without electricity? I don't. So you need all those guys that work at the power company. Same thing with the water. If I walk into the kitchen, I turn on my faucet, clean drinking water. I don't know any of those guys that work at the water company, but my water works every day, day in, day out, 24/7. I'm dependent on those guys for my quality of life. You want to find out what quality of life is? Shut off your power, shut off your water. Without them, your quality of life drops like a rock. You need those guys. You depend on those guys. You just don't know their names. When you get into that big city with all those other people that you don't like, you've got options because of all those other people. When you take all those other people away, your options, your choices drop. I live in a decent sized town. I can walk out my door and I have options. The second I step out there, I can go bowling. I can go shopping. I can go to the store. I can go to the restaurants. I can go to a movie. I got options galore. That gives me quality of life. Without all those other people, my quality of life is diminished. I'm relying on them and I don't know their names. But I do know I like having all those options. I like those options a lot. I take advantage of them as often as I can. All human beings are codependent on all human beings. I went to the grocery store last Tuesday. I bought a bag of tangerines. Oh, I love those tangerines. They're sweet, they're juicy, quality. I read the bag and they were grown in Turkey, the country of Turkey. I don't know who those farmers are in Turkey, but I'll tell you what, they grow a damn nice tangerine. I like it. I'm glad they're there. I'm glad they're on the job. I appreciate those people. I respect those people. All these people that are running around saying, oh, America first. We don't need those other people. The hell you don't. Those other people make your quality of life go up exponentially. If you don't want all those options, go move to Hicksville, Ohio. You got 2 restaurants, enjoy them. You got 1 gas station, enjoy it. Not me. I want the big city. I want the options up the yin yang. I want quality of life. I don't care what their names are. I don't care who those people are. I don't care what religion they are. I don't care what race they are. I don't care what their political affiliation is. I love those people. I love my options that those people give me. Now, I'm sorry I'm the only one you can find on TV that's telling you to tolerate your fellow human being. But I'm not trying to sell you nothing. Those people that are telling you to hate one another and to abruptly conflict with one another, those people ain't doing you no favors, let me tell you. You need those other people because that's where your quality of life comes from. If you want to be a hermit, go move into a goddamn cave in the mountains. Feel free. Knock yourself out. But I want options. I want convenience. I want help from my fellow human beings that makes my life better. That collaboration with those guys at the power company, the guys at the water company, I love those guys. Did you ever try to drill a well by hand so that you could have running water? I have. It's not fun. It's hard work. Nothing wrong with hard work. But how many hours are in a day? How much hard work can one person do in a day? I'd prefer to walk over and turn on the faucet. I'm just saying. So if you work at the power company, I love you. If you work at the water company, I love you. If you're the guy stocking the shelves at my grocery store, I love you too. If you're the cook in the restaurant where I like to go and eat, I love you too. I need you. I want you. Thank you for being a part of my life. You've made my life easier. I don't have to agree with you on everything. I don't even have to like you. But I do need to tolerate you. And when I do tolerate you, my quality of life goes up exponentially. It's amazing how that works. Next time somebody on your TV is telling you to hate another human being, flip them off. Tell them to go to hell. They're not on your team. They're not trying to help you. They're not adding to your quality of life. You want quality of life? You need more people. When you get more people on your team, your workload is lessened and you succeed faster. You have more options, more quality of life. When I go to a farmer's market, I appreciate those damn farmers. I'm in Southwest Michigan. We got an Amish guy out here, grows green peppers this big. They're huge. I looked at the size of those peppers. I walked up to that farmer and I said, "What are you putting on your plants?" He said, "I give them two things, sunlight and water." I bought 4 of those peppers. Okay. I ain't lying. They were good green peppers. I love that farmer. He's doing a great job. And this summer, when I get to go to that farmer's market, I'm looking for that same farmer. Don't know his name, but I remember his green peppers. And I'm wondering, does he have tomatoes? Ooh. If I liked his green peppers, Emmett, how much am I going to like his tomatoes? Ooh, what if he has sweet corn? Wow. I'm getting excited now. That guy is giving me options that I want. Those options give me quality of life that cannot be measured. It's priceless. Don't hate your neighbor. Tolerate him. Those people that you see on TV telling you to hate your fellow Americans are not on your side. They have a plan. Their plan is to divvy you up into these smaller subgroups and then get you to fight with one another so that it makes them easier it's easier for them to control you by using your fears. Christian against Muslim. I need you guys to hate one another so that it's easier for me to control and manipulate you, get you to do what I want. And what I want is for you to make me money. That's what this is all about. They're greedy bastards, and they're divvying you up into these little subgroups to get you into a conflict. So you don't notice that they're bilking all of your money. They're stealing it. They're using your fears to control and manipulate you. Republican against Democrat, black against white. I ain't falling for it. If you work at the power company, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your politics are. I don't care what color your skin is. I'm glad you went to work every day and were dependable. I like electricity. Plain and simple. If you're an American, your fellow American is not your enemy. I don't care who tells you he is. He's not. And it goes even further than that. Your Canadian neighbor is not your enemy. Your Mexican neighbor is not your enemy. I don't care what country you live in. If you don't get up and go to work every day, what happens? You don't make it. You don't survive. I don't care if you're living in a grass shack in Somalia. If you don't get up and go to work every day, you ain't going to survive. You live in New York City. If you don't get up and work every day, you ain't going to survive. You're not going to make it. All human beings get up and go to work every day. That's how we survive. So these people that are telling you, they're on your TV and they're saying, oh, he just wants a handout. He doesn't want to work. He wants everything for free. He wants welfare. Bullshit. It's malarkey. He's trying to play you against that guy. That guy's on the same team you're on. And if he don't get up and go to work every day, guess what? He don't make it. Just like you. Don't let them play one human being against another human being. We're all on the same team, whether you realize it or not. When the shit hits the fan and we have a natural disaster or the floodwaters rise and they're chin high, that same guy they're telling you to hate and to not trust and he's out to get you, he's the one that's going to be standing with you shoulder to shoulder to clean this mess up and get us all back to normal. That's what human beings do. If I'm in chin deep water and you're tooling by in a boat, are you going to pull me out of the drink? I think you are. If I reverse it and I'm the guy in the boat and you're in the drink, I'm telling you, I'm pulling you out of the water. I'm not going to sit here and watch you drown. Human beings don't do that. Muslim against Christian is the big one. I heard it on the news this morning. They're saying, "Oh, the Muslims tell them that all these Christians are infidels and they should be killed. They should be murdered." Bullshit. You're lying. They might be radicalized. An individual could be, but not in whole. They're not. You're a Christian. Are you sitting around thinking about murdering Muslims? If you are, you've been radicalized. Go get some counseling. You need help. It's just like, are you sitting around plotting crimes? Are you going to rob a 7-Eleven later tonight? If you are, you need some counseling. You've been radicalized. Normal people don't do that shit. Those thoughts don't run into our head. We're busy. We're building for our future. We're working our jobs. We're taking care of our children. We're doing what we're doing. These people that are on TV pitting you against other human beings are not your friends. You shouldn't be trusting them. I'm just saying, the way I see it, my end of my couch, I ain't hating nobody. I'm tolerating everybody. That's my key to success. I know the more people I get on my team, the better off I am. Plain and simple. I wear black or gray t-shirts. You might wear white t-shirts. Some people don't wear t-shirts at all. What the hell? I just got to tolerate it. I got to get past it. If I can get past it, I got a chance I can get you on my team. If I can get you on my team, I don't have to work so hard, and I'm going to succeed faster. I'm going to achieve all my goals. It's amazing how it works. If you're a human being, you need other human beings. You rely on other human beings. Without other human beings, where are you? Up shit creek without a paddle. Go move out into that cave, into the wilderness. Go it on your own. You're welcome to, but your life expectancy drops, your quality of life drops. Every time you walk out your front door, your options aren't there. They're not the same as my options. My options are giving me quality of life. You think you don't need other people? You're wrong. You better rethink that, son. You're relying on people every day. Your car. When it breaks down, don't you take it to a mechanic? You're relying on that mechanic. Do you know his name? You know you can rely on him. You know you're going to get your car fixed. You know you're going to be back on the road because that's your quality of life, right? Give up that car. Try not having a car. What happens to your quality of life? Gone. Okay. You need that. You want that. You have it. Tolerate that mechanic. If you're going to walk in there and peek around the corner and make sure he's not black, well, guess what? you're the loser. Don't matter what color his skin is. What matters is, did he tighten that bolt? Okay. Did he put in a working part, or did he put in a broken part? That's what matters. If he's putting in broken parts, he's not going to stay in business, is he? You can rely on him. You can depend on him. He's going to do his job the same way you do your job, to the best of your ability every day, right? This is what we do as human beings. These people you see on TV that are telling you to be afraid of someone else, they're not your friends. These people should not be trusted. These people that are lying to you, telling you that other human being's out to get you, don't give them the time of day. Ignore them. Don't hate them, tolerate them, but ignore them. Get past them. Next. That guy was worthless. His opinions were worthless. I don't want him on my team. Doesn't mean that I should lash out at him. Doesn't mean that I should spend my hours worrying that he's going to hurt me. That's bull. The good guys in this world outnumber the bad guys by a lot, by almost 10 to 1. But if you watch the news in the United States, they're trying to convince you that there's a man with an AR-15 on every corner who's been plotting for months to get you. If you're going to not control your fears and believe that bunk, you're going to be curled up in the corner in the fetal position, afraid to walk out your front door. If you're there, where's your quality of life? You don't have any. Your quality of life comes from opening that front door and smiling at those neighbors and realizing that you're all on the same team. You're all part of the human race. You're all codependent on one another, whether your TV is telling you they are or not. You need all of those people. I know you don't know their names, but you don't have to fear them. What you have to do is tolerate them. Just enough so that we can work together. That's it. Don't have to agree with them. Don't even have to like them. I'm telling you, your fellow human beings are giving you quality of life. And I'm sorry I'm the only one on TV telling you this. I'm not trying to play you against one another so that I can make money. Sorry, that's not my gig. Let me ask you this. Here's a question for you. What do you get for hating other people? Is there a prize I'm unaware of? Is there a reward for hating people? Feel free to jump in the chat and enlighten me. Tell me, is there something? Is there a prize for being the angriest man in town? There's no reward. There's no prize. It's not worth my time. I need other people on my team. I want more options when I step outside my front door. I don't care if they don't speak the same language I do. You think I don't eat Mexican food? You think I don't eat Chinese food? You think I don't eat Hungarian goulash? I'm telling you, those people give me options. They're giving you the same options unconditionally. All you have to do is tolerate one another. It's not that complex. It's not a complicated endeavor. It's a simple mathematical formula, as simple as it gets. 1 + 1 = 2. Like everyone. Respect everyone. Because we're all on the same team. One planet, one human race. That's what we got. A bear ain't going to fix your car. A frog isn't going to repair your air conditioner. A fish isn't going to make sure your electric stays on. But other people will. Other human beings. Look at it like a college football game. You got a small school, very few students. And you got a big school, a huge school that's got hundreds of students. Who's going to have the better football team? The one with more people on it, right? The more people you get on your team, the better off you are. So all those people that are telling you, we don't want immigrants in America. Bullshit, we don't. We not only want them, we need them. What happens if all the Russians leave Russia and move to America? Did we just defeat Russia? If they all gave up that way of life and came and joined our way of life, I think we did just beat Russia. So tell me again why you don't want immigrants in this country, why you don't want people. Have you ever been to Indian food? How about Greek food? You don't want Greeks here either? Immigration is key to our success. The more human beings we get on our team, the less we have to work, the more options we have when we walk outside our front door, and the quicker we achieve all our goals. You want to shut down immigration? You're a fool. You don't want open borders. You want to vet people as they come in, yes. Who doesn't? That's common sense. Limit the migration. Control the migration, but tolerate the migration. It adds to our whole person image. If we let everybody in, if we're inclusive, we are going to eventually have the largest group of people. The largest group of people is going to win sooner. They have a lighter workload. They have more options when they step outside their front door. Can't require them to be one religion. You can't require them to speak one language. You can't control. You can't manipulate. You cannot nitpick your neighbor. All you need to do is tolerate the man. It's not difficult. I'm sorry. I wish there were more people on TV that would lay it out for you and make you understand. Do you understand the birth rate in America is dropping? We're having less children. We're having less children because our country's getting more expensive. It's more expensive to have children nowadays than it was 2 generations ago. 2 generations ago, one parent could work, the other could stay home and raise children. That's not possible today. A few families can do it, but most of them, both of those parents need to work. Both of them need to work. If you don't work, you don't survive, right? Everybody's got to get up and go to work every day. If they don't work, they don't make it. They're not going to be here next week. We are all codependent on one another. And America is not an exclusive club for whites only. I don't care what you think, you're wrong. You need those other people. Those other people that you're trying to keep out of our country are good people. They're not bad guys. The good guys outnumber the bad guys worldwide. You may not like the Russian government. They are adversaries. But that don't make the Russian people your adversaries. Russian people are doing the same thing that the American people are doing. They're getting up and going to work every day, trying to raise a family, trying to build for a future. They're on the human race team. If they're on the human race team, why do you need to keep them out? Why are you supposed to hate them? Oh, you're supposed to hate them so that somebody can make money? Makes no sense. Your hatred and your fears of other people are not building this country. That hatred is society's wrecking ball. It's destroying everything that we have built. That's my opinion. Feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. But I'm telling you right now, other people aren't the problem. Other people are the solution. You don't have to agree. You don't even have to like. All you must do is tolerate. It's not that much to ask. Everything that you see out there in this whole world that's been built by human beings is because human beings put their differences aside and worked together and built great things. those people you want to keep out of the United States are not criminals. They're not bad guys. They're struggling. They're trying to succeed. That's why they're coming here, is in an attempt to better their lives. We've got a very, very nice country here. When you walk out your door, you have options that they don't have in their third world country. We need to vet them, make sure they're not criminal, but we need to tolerate them and allow them to make our lives better by joining our team. This channel is an inclusive channel. Everyone is welcome. Even the people that disagree with me are welcome here. This is not an exclusive club. Never going to be. I've been doing this over 5 months. The only ones I've kicked out of this chat room were bots. Seriously. I don't have to kick people out of the chat room. People are nice. You just don't realize it because you're watching TV, and your TV is playing on your fears, trying to divvy you up into subgroups. I don't care what subgroup you're in. You should be in this group because everyone's nice. Nobody's out to get you. Those fears that you're having trouble controlling makes you afraid of those other people. That's coming from those college-educated professionals that are programming network TV, and they're telling you, you got to hate that other guy. You got to be leery of him. No, you don't. Let him on your team, and guess what? You don't have to work as hard, and you achieve your goals faster. Are you afraid of a man that speaks Spanish? I'm not. Are you afraid of a man that speaks Ukrainian? I'm not. Are you afraid of a man that speaks French? I'm not. German? Nope. I don't care what language you speak. If you want to work side by side with me, cool. Thank you. Appreciate you being on the team, brother. That's how I feel about it. All people in their core are the same. We all had a mother and a father. We're all in our core the same. But at the same time, all human beings are unique individuals. You've never met anyone in your life quite like me. I am unique. Yeah, you've met other guys with long hair, other guys with beards, but they're not me. I'm unique. You're unique. That doesn't make your unique prettier than mine or uglier than mine. It's just different. Doesn't mean one of us is bad because we have short hair and the other is bad because we have long hair. Makes no difference. What you look like doesn't make a difference. Your gender doesn't make a difference. Your religion doesn't make a difference. Your race doesn't make a difference. Your political affiliation does not make a difference to me. As long as you can tolerate me and I can tolerate you, we can be on the same team. We can work together. God bless you, brother. Welcome to the team. That's the way I feel about it. Feel free to disagree. Jump in the chat. That's why there is a chat. Okay. If I just wanted to sit here and talk to people, I don't need to turn on the chat. If I were doing that, it wouldn't have to be a 2-hour show. Okay. It's a 2-hour show so that you can voice your opinion. Not just to me, but to everybody. You don't get paid to hate. There is no prize. There is no reward. Stop wasting your time with hatred. Hatred is society's wrecking ball, and I'll tell you why. You can't get hatred without adding uncontrolled fear. Uncontrolled fear means that I can't separate right from wrong anymore. My rational thinking has been tossed out the window. If I hate you, I can't turn my back on you, not for a second. Why? Because I'm afraid of you. That uncontrolled fear is not good. I need my rational thinking. My rational thinking tells me, that guy's not out to get me. That guy's going about his business. My rational thinking tells me I need to leave that guy alone. A little bit of fear, when controlled, is a good thing. Can keep you alive. Little bit of fear, you walk up to the edge of the Grand Canyon, that little bit of fear that you're in control of says, don't get too close to the edge. Don't step off. That's a good fear. A bad fear, you can't get up and you can't walk out your front door. You're afraid. You're too afraid. You're afraid of everyone out there. They're all bad guys. They're all out to get me. What do we call that? Paranoia. When you have uncontrolled fear, your rational thinking is tossed out the window. I remember my young son calling me into this bedroom. Daddy, can I have a nightlight? I think there's monsters in the closet. I have to, as his parent, reassure him, make him feel safe so that he can sleep. I turn the light on, I open the closet, I show him, no monsters. I look under the bed, no monsters, son. You're safe. I'm going to be in the next room all night. I'll be there when you get up in the morning. You're safe. You must control your fears, control your imagination. I have to teach him to do this, right? If you're afraid of people because they have brown skin, you're not controlling your fears. Now your fears are in control. And when your fears are in control, your rational thinking is gone. When your fears are in control, you pull out your gun, you walk out into your front yard, and you're pointing at everybody that walks by. Don't come near my yard. Stay away from me. Your fears are in control. You're not thinking rationally. What happens in our society when you lose the ability to think rationally? When your fears have control and you're waving that gun at everybody and these people are not attacking you, they're just simply going about their business. Our society, somebody makes the call, Ghost Mosley's over here waving a gun at everybody that goes by. The police come in and boom, they take my gun and they say, you need a psych eval, dude. You're losing it. These people aren't attacking you. What are you, nuts? We're going to put you in for a 72-hour hold. And oh, yeah, you're not going to be allowed to own a gun because we don't think you're mentally stable. You cannot rationally think. If you could, you wouldn't be out here waving a gun at people that are not attacking you. Our society has laws and rules, an umbrella, if you will, that covers us all. You must stay within the boundaries, or our society is designed to squash you like a bug. We're going to lock you up, son, because you lost control. You're not playing with a full deck. Control your fears. This is part of being an adult. You cannot hate someone without having an uncontrolled fear of them. Dislike is okay. Disagreement is okay. But you can't get to hate without having uncontrolled fear. Adults control their fear. So grow up. Stop hating and start to tolerate. Yes, that guy's different than you. So what? Get past it. Just because he's different than you, don't make him a bad guy. Think about it. You have to think this stuff through, folks. You cannot believe these idiots that you see on TV telling you to hate one another, to fear one another uncontrollably. There's no quality of life that way. Your quality of life comes in those options that are made available to you by other people. Those other people you don't need to fear. You need to respect them. You need to tolerate them. Get past your differences. You cannot look outside your front door and pick out a bad guy. You may not like that guy. You may not like the way that one's dressed. You may not trust that other one, but that don't make any of them bad guys. Your lack of tolerance is making you the bad guy. Your lack of tolerance is making you hate people you don't know for reasons that aren't there. All right, I got to end the poll here. Let's close it out. We had 0 response today. A bad poll. I'll end that poll and I'll try to do a better job next week. Okay. I'll try to come up with a better poll. I'm not perfect, but that's your proof that I'm not AI. Okay. Nobody's chatted today, so I'm just going to close out the show. Sorry I went on so endlessly. Afternoon chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The show has no script. The show has no agenda. That's left to the people in the chat. They determine what we talk about in this free show. No midstream ads, no sponsors. Nothing's behind a paywall. I am not running for political office. I am not coming out with a line of merchandise. I am not chasing you down trying to tackle you and your wallet. I am trying to meet people, make some friends, find out what's going on in your neck of the woods. What are your priorities? Mine are pretty basic. Feel free to share yours. It's not required. Nothing is required. Not by this channel. YouTube does want me to ask you guys to like and subscribe. And I do need to tell you to abide by the community guidelines that are established by YouTube. Don't get in a chat and start picking on people. Be nice. I've been doing this for 5 months and everybody has been nice. We have not had a single problem. No one has said so much as one bad word to me. And you can't say that they don't have cause. I am just one guy sitting on one end of his couch. I appreciate you guys. The viewers, the likes, the subscribes. I appreciate everybody. Even if you're just here for 10 minutes and you just listen. It's okay by me. The only thing you can really do wrong in this room is not have a good time. Everything else we can fix. Okay. It's my personal philosophy. If you're nice to everyone all of the time, all that niceness, all that kindness will come back to you tenfold. I'm going to close the show and take advantage of my 53-degree weather and go for a walk, get some fresh air, some exercise before I come home and cook my dinner. I hope that you can all stay happy, stay safe, and I challenge you, find someone to love. We're talking quality of life here, folks. Love is as good as life gets. With all that said, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys on Monday at 3 Eastern. Forgive me for exiting 10 minutes early, but I want to smoke a bowl and go for a walk. I'll see you guys on Monday.